All right, welcome back again to another episode of the Seahawks franchise. We are on this is the 12th game of the season coming up against the Lions, who are 7-4. They have no injuries. We still have an injury to Draymond Jones. He's still out for, I think, 3 or 4 weeks. And then let's look. We have tandem breakout for the offense. So I think because of DK's performance, this is going to either be for JSN or it is for JSN. So DK, who's nearly up to 1,000 receiving yards at this point, has 10 touchdowns too. And so we're going to try to challenge JSN to have a big game. We're pretty bad at completing some of these challenges sometimes, so we'll see how it goes. And so let's see what the goal is to get him to for this game. All right, so DK earned some experience for inspiring a teammate, and we're trying to get JSN to 150 receiving yards. We'll see if we can manage that versus the Lions. Again, we've just come off of a 2-game win streak, and we're trying to extend it to 3. And I don't know if we can force feed JSN the ball if we want to get this W, because we're still very much in the playoff hunt. The Niners and Rams are tied at 7-4. We're 5-6. A win against the Lions this week would put us even. Before the game, we're going to look at scouting some players and some upgrades. Tariq Woolen's getting an upgrade, and we're going to try to boost his man again. Try to boost that man up. Even though it says he's an 85 now, he got a +3 now, and so his man coverage is up to an 80. So that's like at least decent. He's getting a lot more balanced. Christian Patterson, we're going to... His field general is up there. We're going to go pass coverage, so we're not going to boost the overall. Actually, it looks like... Okay, I didn't boost his actual overall. It just boosted his man coverage and zone coverage. And so his man coverage has moved up to a 52, which is still terrible. Zone is now 70, though, so it's a lot better than being at 68, even though it's just a small change. Shane Kirkland getting an upgrade. We're going to boost his strong arm, actually. I found that with scrambling quarterbacks, the main weakness they have is like their athleticism is always going to be there. They're always going to have that speed. Like Shane Kirkland has 90 speed, but they usually have a low deep ball. So we got +2 to throw deep, and so now his deep accuracy is up to an 80. Very balanced overall, but we want to bring that up a lot higher. And really the main thing bringing him down is he would be an 80 overall right now if he didn't have 67 awareness, which is affecting him just a little bit. And even though we're not starting Shane Kirkland or Sheldon Daniels, that doesn't mean we've given up on them as prospects for this team. All right, so we've covered all the linebackers, so now we're moving on to corner. Another position that we are pretty strong at. We could maybe be in the market for a nickel corner, but we could also look at making a corner into a safety as well. So there's a top 5 corner in Calvin Harris out of FAU, 6 feet tall, 22 years old. Looks like he is really good across the board, really good athlete. Doesn't have top-end speed, but is great with excel, change of direction. Press looks solid, tackle looks solid, and his zone looks solid. Looks really good overall, but worth a top 5 pick? I can't say that definitively right now. Sean Newton, 5'11", out of Kansas State. He is a round 1 projection, 20 years old, 5'11". This guy here with his A-press, B-man, and B-zone, he's a great athlete, and his block shed is good for a corner. So I do like to see that. We're going to add him, even though he's kind of high. He might be a little bit of a reach. We're going to add him anyways because he could actually be a decent nickel corner spot. Of course, right now we play Trenton Simpson at corner as our nickel corner. Even though he's a safety, we just do like a big nickel sort of formation. Denzel Middleton, he's a zone 6'2 corner, 6'2", 22 years old, out of Louisville. The A zone coverage. Man coverage is probably going to be an A or a B. Really great strength for a corner. Tackling is a B. Catching is a B. Play rec and press are both C's. You can't see what his block shot is, but at best it's a C. We're going to... It's around 1 and 2. It's a bit of a reach. We're not going to take him. Carl Bones I already had marked here. 6'4", 22 years old. Solid man, solid zone, solid press. Catching is okay. Pretty good athlete, really fast for 6'4". Catching is okay. Awareness is okay. Play rec is terrible. That's going to bring his overall down. Tackling is average. More of a Tariq Woolen type of player, but not with he's not as fast as Tariq is. So we're going to keep him as around 1 and 2 just because of his size. We've already Florence, 6'1", 22 years old, B-man coverage. Looks like a good athlete, and then he's got C hit power, D stam. We're not going to take a deep look at him with those sorts of ratings, round 1 to 2. And this class looks pretty deep at corner, too. So let's say we also got Kazim Higgins. We're going to be more looking at the key ratings to decide if we're going to take a look at them. So B and B is not bad, so we will take a look at Kazim. 5'10", 22 years old, out of Pittsburgh. Really solid athlete, really good strength. Press is good. Zone is good. Tackle is okay. Play rec is okay. Block shed is A to C. So this guy actually could be a perfect fit. Keeps going back. He could be even a safety, I think. 5'10", 202, kind of a heavy corner. I think when you got like a 6'2 guy being 187, and you got 6'4 guys being 208. So I like Kazim Higgins. He's a really strong and really fast corner who could play safety for us. So Denzel Tulloch, we can see that his zone is really high, around 2 to 3 catches a B. This is another guy that could potentially move over to safety, but he doesn't really have the weight to him. His block shed is good. Play rec is really poor. Press is really poor. We'll still add him anyways because he is a round 2 to 3, so he could be good value. Deshaun Lamb, Stanford, 6'1". I like that name. He's got A zone coverage, 22 years old. Really good athlete. Doesn't have the top end speed. And anything else that's standing out? No. We'll add him anyways. Again, it doesn't hurt to be able to draft a player like this in the 3rd round if they're still sitting there. Marcus Robinson, not even worth looking at. He's got season Ds for his key ratings. Dalton Cousins out of Cal. He's got B for catch, C for man, and D for zone. Unless he's a superstar athlete, there's no reason to take a deeper look at him. And he's a solid athlete, but he's not exceptional. Romeo Langham, USC, 5'10", and he's got A-man coverage. He's marked as a slot corner, but he might not be the type of slot that I'm looking for. 21 years old, so he is young. He's a really good athlete. His play rec is a B. We already saw that the man was an A. His tackling is okay. His zone is terrible. His block shed's between an A and a C. So we will add him, actually, because he is a round 2 to 3. Probably be a late round 3. We're not going to look at Brandon Bradley. That's a really cool name, though. Morris Monroe, that's a great name, too. He's got A press. His man, we don't know what that is, but it's probably going to be a B or a C. His zone is a D, catches a D. Not going to take a deeper look. Brian Dorsett, 5'11", out of Michigan, and nothing's good except for maybe his catching, which we can't see. Philip Chaney out of Clemson. His zone and man aren't great. Sean Gross, 6'2", out of Michigan State. Nothing's super jumping out here. Brandon Hazelwood. We had a Hazelwood in our Lions franchise, Sean Hazelwood, but Brandon Hazelwood, 21, 6'4", A press, B man, as a day 3 prospect. Not an exceptional athlete, but that size can make up for it. And the A tackling, let's see, his catching's not great, but this guy is as a round 6 to 7 or even round 5 actually could be a really solid pickup. So we will be adding him. And then Cecil Belton, anything about him that I'm seeing? No. Rashad Goodwin, 6'1", out of Memphis. C's across the board for a day 3. Might be worth taking a look at. 23 years old, and a zone corner, not great. And I'm not seeing anything really worth taking in that. Not a great athlete. We got Joey Northrup, Ohio State, 6'1". Nothing's really jumping off the page. Jacoby Coleman out of Texas. Again, nothing in the key ratings is indicating that he's going to be a solid corner. And then Deshaun Kennard. We have a lot of day 3. Oh my god, we have a lot. So let's just go from the bottom and try to meet where we were at. Pat Harvey, USC, 6 feet tall, nothing there. Troy Oden, A catching. We can't see what the press is. He's a zone corner. Day 3, we'll see if he's got anything worthwhile jumping out. And we can see his catching is really high. His jumping is really elite. But that is about it. And then Franklin Beck, 5'10", man-to-man corner. We can't see what his man is. He's a C in every other category. Could be a good athlete, though. If he sees and everything is a day 3 prospect, there could be something here, but I'm not seeing anything in particular that's going to make us add him to our saved prospects. All right, and then looking at the last couple here, Nick Langley and Deshaun Kennard. I'm not seeing anything that makes me want to look at them. And then Juan Hazelwood, great name, but we are not going to take a look at him either. So the last person that we added was Brandon Hazelwood, 6'4" corner out of South Carolina. And there's a lot of corner prospects in this draft. So and I think my favorite one might be Kazim Higgins as a round 1 to 2. Hopefully he slides to the second because I would be willing to take him in the second potentially. All right, last thing we're going to look at before we start our game is we're going to look at the yearly awards, and DK Metcalf is second in Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC, and that is all we got. Right now, Van Jefferson from the Rams is number 1. He killed us in both of our matchups, so I can't really argue too much against it. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we shouldn't really have anyone in this category, but Defensive Rookie of the Year, I do love to see that Christian Patterson is number 1 on the list for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Makes sense. He's got a number of sacks and interceptions, and he's our starting middle linebacker, too. And then Best Quarterback, we're not going to see one in there because we've mixed up with a quarterback a little bit. I would love to see, Ken Walker's at number 7. I think we could get him even higher after the last couple of performances he's had. Van Jefferson is still number 1 for Best Wide Receiver with DK at number 2. And then Best Offensive Line. Do we got anybody? No. Best Defensive Line. I wouldn't suspect anybody. Best Linebacker. I was hoping to see Christian Patterson even in the top 10. That would have been cool. And then Best DB. Devin Witherspoon is at number 8, so that's great. And then, Myers is number 2 kicker. I don't really care about that, but that's great to see too. It's hard to believe that Van Jefferson has better stats than DK so far. Nearly 1,000 receiving yards, the 10 receiving touchdowns. And we're hosting the Lions in Seattle. This is a huge game for us. This is a potentially season-altering game against the Lions. The Lions are, one of the best rosters in all of the NFL. But this is a chance to get back to 500 and potentially make a bid to make it to the playoffs, as long as we can continue our streak here. We'd love to see a rainy day in Seattle. Jared Goff, known for not playing well outside. He's much better when he's playing in a dome. So we'll see if we can get that to play to our advantage, see if we can force some turnovers from Jared Goff. And really the main thing we want to do is make Jared Goff, I don't know, the Lions are kind of good at throwing the ball. Jared Goff can throw pretty well. He is a little bit underrated right now. Gooden, down at the 19-yard line. So it is hard to say whether or not we want them to run more or pass more. Jahmyr Gibbs is a weapon. Sam Laporta is a weapon. Obviously, they got Jameson Williams. I'm on Ross St. Brown as well. And Josh Reynolds. We're just running verts here. And JSN, oh my god, almost threw an interception immediately by Gino. Really dangerous ball. Again, we're trying to get JSN to 150 receiving yards, but that was a really risky pass to start the game. Should have been intercepted. Threw it between 2 DBs. Going with Ken Walker. Get a little block here from Cedric Beckham. Doesn't matter much. We lose 3 yards on the run play. And this is like the makings of one of our classic blowout losses to start the game. Just getting to 3rd and long on our first set of downs. Okay, we got trips on the right side. Looking for DK on the corner route. It's not going to be there. And we're going to end up with another incompletion. They got pressure. Nothing was really open. They had the corner routes completely boxed in zone coverage. And yeah, Toby Nowak is back, and we're actually going to give him some PT, give him an opportunity. So he's playing on the edge right now. We're playing nickel defense. And bad throw by Goff. It's going to be inaccurate on the curl route. Tariq was in coverage. Tariq now up to the 80-man coverage after his upgrade this week. But we're going to see if Nowak can generate some pressure. If I don't see much progress, he coming out trying to make the tackle. Finally goes down, making it 3rd and short. If I don't see much progress in the first quarter here, we might end up benching him again for Boye Mafe, because right now we have Derek Hall starting opposite of him in the nickel. Okay, it's another pass. We see that. It's going to be an angle route, though. And they have Eckler on the team now. I did not realize that. That is actually kind of a good pickup, but it's also kind of unnecessary, because Jahmyr Gibbs is supposed to be the future at receiving for them. And so why get... another slant here, and Amon-Ra breaks the tackle, finally brought down by Devin Bush and Trenton Simpson. And Goff is now 3 for 4. But yeah, I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, I don't even know if he's on the team. He's not getting any touches so far. Eckler's in here wherever we play. And it's going to be a run. Coming in to make the tackle is Devin Bush again. Already making some big plays for us. Coming out in cover 4. See if we can disguise it a little bit. We do got the 2 high safeties, though, so it's either going to look like it's cover 2, man, or... Oh, can we get the pick? Trenton Simpson with the interception. We dropped on it. Trenton Simpson read it all the way. Jared Goff made a terrible pass trying to get it to Amon-Ra. And Trenton Simpson, in limited action in the last couple of games, comes in the nickel defense, out of the nickel position, and makes a game-altering play to start the game and recapture the momentum. Got a single back. Trying to run again. Devin Bush destroys that gap immediately, and Eckler's brought down for only a gain of 2, and he's injured on the play too. See how severe it is, whether or not he comes off the field, and he's going to go back to the locker room. And so it looks like they still do have Jahmyr Gibbs. They just have 3 running backs. They got Eckler, Montgomery, and Jahmyr Gibbs, which seems to make sense considering Eckler just went out with that injury. It's going to be 3rd and short now after they just ran the ball with Montgomery. And I'm watching for something underneath, and we force the incompletion. Julian Love does a great job. Throwing it to Montgomery was a risky pass by Jared Goff, and we're going to be returning the punt. Back on the return is none other than our wide receiver 3 at this point, Gooden. See if we can get some blocks to line up and see if we can get an electric punt return. The thing about him is he doesn't have the high, immediately going down. Not a great, I don't know, he just doesn't have a high juke move, doesn't have a high spin move. It'd almost be better to have Ken Walker on the return, because Gooden doesn't really have high excel either. He doesn't have high agility. Can't change direction really quickly. Ken Walker trying to get to the edge. Picks up 6 yards, though. Makes it look a little better. Finally gets into the positive yards after losing 3 on his first carry. And basically, you know, we've seen the last couple of weeks that running the football has led to wins. Obviously, Gino's been throwing the ball really well, limiting turnovers. But if we can get this running game going, picking up these first downs, churning, then they have a pretty good shot at winning. Obviously, that's like stating the obvious, but obviously it's been much easier said than done this season with all the struggles we've had. DK on the comeback, holds on to it, goes out of bounds at the 45. Gino's first completion for 22. And finally, DK catches a football that's not for a touchdown, and it's not for 40 yards. It's just a regular route. He can run a comeback like a regular receiver. And Walker underneath. Risky pass. I'm surprised they dropped on that so quickly. Got 2 running backs in the backfield. Really, we got our fullback. We got Beckham back here, along with Ken Walker. Risky pass again, and laid out Cedric Beckham. All right, 3rd and 10. It's, you know, we're at the 45. We're in position to take a field goal. Or if we can get 6 or 7 yards on this run, we're going to go for it on 4th down. See how it goes. Get that lead block. Picks up 4. Down at the 41. We're going to go for it. 4th and 6. Go no huddle. I'm going to send Noah Fant on a go. Underneath. Gooden comes wide open on the slant. Or the drag, actually. Picks up the first. Just too many guys to cover in cover 4 there. Going no huddle once again. Try and play action. And we got Noah Fant releasing underneath. Carries a defender. Ricky Buckley, our center, gets injured. Got injured last game as well. Seems to have a really low injury rating. Could be an issue long term for us. Like he was going back to the locker room as well. We're going to send JSN on a zig. And we're actually going to send Ken Walker on an out to the left. JSN coming wide open. Again, we're trying to get him to 150 yards. If we can, he's going to take it for the touchdown. Beats the defender to the edge, to the sideline. Takes it all the way. Well, the game was looking really ugly to begin with when we got a 3 and out on the first drive, but we have made a complete 180 turnaround so far. Watching the curl routes, and dropped because of the rain. Christian Patterson in coverage on Laporta. Now 2nd and 10, coming back out in nickel. And we're going to send Trent Simpson on a blitz off the right side, trying to generate some pressure. They're going to throw it underneath. Makes sense. Patterson coming and trying to make the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and short. Goff did a good job of throwing it to his release valve, Montgomery. And like I said, after not seeing anything out of Nowak, we put Mafe in on the edge. Took Nowak out. He was just kind of limiting us defensively. Patterson trying to shed the block. Couldn't do it. Montgomery breaks off another tackle. Tariq's trying to stop him. Finally brought down. Broke off a few tackles on that play. Still 1 minute left in the first quarter. Now they're at the midfield. We're going to switch over into cover 3 defense. And have to expect... See, it's nice angle route there. I don't even know who that is. Williams. So they picked up Mike Williams, actually. So they have Mike Williams, Jamison Williams, and Amon-Ra at wide receiver. Like, they are ridiculously stacked on offense. I hope that we can continue to stop them, but it's going to be difficult with all the talent they've got. Montgomery brought down by Marquise Blair. Again, Marquise Blair playing so well after having to trade away Quandre Diggs. Like, Marquise Blair has played well enough at deep safety that we, Trenton Simpson was a big acquisition for us. We thought he was going to play safety. Thought he was going to play deep safety potentially. Did a great job there breaking up that pass, but he's been much better in the box. I mean, we expected to play him in the box anyways, but I thought after losing Quandre that Trenton Simpson would have to adjust to playing deep safety. But instead, Marquise Blair has really filled in and played well. Watching the halfback screen, trying to get there with Christian Patterson. Makes a tackle, but Montgomery is going to get that first down. And Jared Goff now up to 6 for 11. You notice that after he threw that interception, they're starting to throw really short passes underneath, making some really easy throws for Goff. They're not really trying to test us downfield. And Montgomery gets great blocks. We couldn't make the tackle with Christian Patterson. Montgomery's going to take it all the way for the touchdown to make it 14-7. Yeah, they're incredibly talented on offense, and so they don't need to rely on Jared Goff throwing it deep. Just let the receivers and running backs make plays for you sometimes, and Sam Laporta. And it's man coverage. It's going to sail. It gets intercepted. Damn it. That was just so underpowered, underthrown. That's something I got to realize, man. With Geno regressing, he has like 86 throw power. And if you guys play Madden, 86 throw power is insanely low. I'm used to having a quarterback in most of my leagues with 90, 95, 99 throw power. And so those balls just sail on you. You think they're going to get there a lot quicker, and that you can just throw, a bullet and it's going to get there immediately, and there's no chance it's going to get picked off. But with that low of throw power, it can. He's got the accuracy. Oh, my God, we missed the tackle again. Tariq, get off. Get the tackle. And we're going to have to consider switching back to 3-4. We've been in nickel here. They're running all over us. Just did a man blitz on that play. Maybe we'll go back to cover 3 and see if we can run fit better out of cover 3. We're in a balanced formation. And Julian Love comes over to make the tackle on Higbee. Now their second tight end. Higbee loses 2 yards on the play. We got him back behind the sticks, and hopefully going to bring a man blitz here. Expecting play action? No, it's not play action. It's just a regular pass. Great job by Julian Love. But Higbee still caught it anyways, which is surprising. Okay, we've got Robert Quinn dropping into coverage. I'm actually going to leave him to not go into coverage. We're here with Christian Patterson. We jumped the slant immediately, and Jared Goff throws another really dumb ball. We made up for the mistake with defense after Geno threw that really bad interception. Christian Patterson once again shining as a rookie for us. Making every play, stopping the run, getting interceptions, forcing fumbles, getting sacks. And Walker tried to fight through C-gap. Instead, gets tackled pretty quickly. And we're going to get holding too, so they're probably going to end up taking this, making it 1st and 17, I would assume. And so we're way behind the sticks. We only got 70 total yards, while Detroit has 150. And we're going to go and run this anyways. 5.5 minutes remaining. Try to at least, if we can't pick up the first, we'll end up punting. But great blocks. Makes it, second and manageable now. Again, going to continue to run that football because... Actually, we're going to have to go for play action this time. Noah Fant. Oh, trying to fight back to it. The ball just sailed on us again. It was poor accuracy. Geno looking not as polished as the last 2 games. You have an idea for what we want to do to try to convert this, though. We're going to send Fant over to the left. We've done this before. See if we can get a mismatch. And it looks like zone coverage for sure. No one followed him over. Fant could be wide open. Instead, we got DK on the one-on-one. Hopefully this is an accurate ball. DK beat his man, holds on to it, and bails us out big time, down at the 34-yard line. And that's exactly what DK does for us. Just bails us out hardcore. We're going to run verts, but we're going to look at DK to actually get open on a zig, something that we don't usually do with him. Going to meet him early on the zig so we can catch it because his defender is playing outside coverage. Still holds on to it. Doing a lot better at getting DK the ball in the intermediate to short area of the field instead of just throwing exclusively deep balls. They try a jailbreak screen. This should be great for JSN with his agility. And they're waiting for it. Hopefully he can break a tackle. And no, he's going to lose a yard on the play. Okay, we're looking at the RPO. The box is pretty light, though. Well, Gooden's going to get some good blocks. Oh, DK, man. God, sometimes you just suck at these RPO blocks. These wide receiver screens, he just misses these blocks so consistently. It's absurd. You shouldn't be missing them. We're going to send DK on a go on the right side. JSN could be wide open on this sort of wheel route as well. We're going to take a look at him first. Instead, throwing over the middle, it gets picked off. And can we get to it? Gino, come on, got to fight over there. Makes the tackle. Fumble! Oh my God, we got it back! We went for a strip with Gino. I can't believe it actually worked. Marcus Peters with the pick, and we forced the fumble. Peters makes a huge mistake after getting the interception. I can't believe Gino punched it out. I think that's going to stand. Oh, they're reviewing it. Don't overturn it. They're going to overturn it, man. I think that's a clean fumble. It looks like his knee's going down, though, as he's dropping the ball. So the ball looks like it's coming out, but it's not until the knee hits. And then Gooden looks like he knocks it out with his helmet. And they're going to overturn this, man. It's going to stay an interception and no fumble. Damn it. We got, I mean, we need to run the ball more with our 7-point lead. 15 passes to 5 runs is kind of unacceptable. Especially when we're throwing dumb picks. Jared Goff, though, has been helping us out with his 2 interceptions of his own. But we got to get back into it. No more turnovers. We can't allow Gino to throw more picks. Yeah, it's hard, man. With the rain and that low throw power, it's hard to tell sometimes what you can and can't throw. Montgomery with another nice carry. Not getting off the blocks very quickly at all. Down to the 2-minute warning. They're in the gun. Most likely going to be a pass. Got all their timeouts, though, so they can take it slow if they want to. Throwing it underneath, and, man, Robert Quinn in coverage on the play. I'm going to go back into nickel. Tyler Higbee with his 4th catch, now up to 12 yards. Really getting some short yardage on all of his catches. His first one was for a loss, though, so that's probably going to affect it a little bit. Halfback screen, we went over to the right. Over to the left, though, trying to get the tackle. What a huge hit by Devin Witherspoon. Time is still coming off the clock, though, so there's a minute remaining now at this point. We're going to send a man blitzer in empty. We're going to send Patterson, see if he can get some pressure. Watching the curls. Oh, we couldn't get the interception on Higbee. Another catch for him. Devin Bush laid out for it. Now down to 40 seconds. You expect they're probably going to use a timeout here, and they do. All right, 2nd and 4. I don't like being in man coverage, even if we're in nickel. We're going to go into cover 2. I also don't like that on the goal line. They're risky for sure. We're here with Trenton Simpson. We can't make the tackle, but they do pick up the first. Now down at the 5-yard line, 40 seconds remaining. Going to send a zone blitz, sending Patterson again. See if he can generate pressure. I was expecting... they just beat it immediately with Amon-Ra. I was expecting a run, honestly. But they score the touchdown, tie it before half, and we're just going to run out the clock. First carry going to Ken Walker, getting to the edge, getting some good blocks. Getting a stiff arm off before being brought out of bounds. And, you know, the volume that he's had the last couple of weeks, he's had 20 carries per game the last 2 games. We're not on pace for that yet, and we should have been considering we had the lead. This is going to be his 7th carry here. Picked up that first down previously, and not every run is super pretty. So I've kind of found with our offense and with our line that it's kind of boom or bust. It's not a consistent 5 to 6 yard chunk per play. Sometimes you get 10, sometimes you get nothing. And Walker, here, exactly this. Last play you got 2, this play you get 12. So you just got to keep rolling the dice. You never know what you're going to get, to be honest. You never know if the blocking is going to be great. We've got 8 seconds left at the 50. Might as well take a shot with DK. See, he only has 1 guy covering him. He beat his man, and DK is going to score before the end of the half to regain the lead. A great pass by Gino. I can't believe the Lions fell asleep and allowed a one-on-one in the end zone. And DK has shown all season that he can expose one-on-one coverage. He beats anybody. He is a complete mismatch. If we didn't have him, I don't know what our offense would look like, to be honest. All right, after a super exciting first half coming out, and the Lions are starting with the football. Christian Patterson trying to shed a block. Montgomery, another big carry. 7 carries for 100 yards and the 1 touchdown. We're going to give this corner, or this nickel look a try. We got Christian Patterson playing on the edge in this formation, and Trent Simpson playing over the middle, just like his normal linebacker role. Jamison Williams brought down, beat Tariq Woolen on the play. And to give this formation a couple opportunities. Normally, I don't like to run this formation too much, but I think it'll prevent them from running to the outside, even though they've mostly been running up the middle really effectively on us. Another, like a counter play there, but we did a great job that time with Christian Patterson getting into the backfield immediately. Patterson making his third tackle. One thing I don't like about this is right now we don't have Wayne Mafe in. We just got Derek Hall in. Another run to the right. We can't fight through. We make the tackle finally. Montgomery picks up the first, still fights through contact. It was like 7 yards after contact on that play. Kobe Bryant making the tackle. You don't really see his name called very often. We don't see him on the field much at all. But I think right now he is our nickel along with Mike Jackson. Or we don't have Mike Jackson anymore either. Amon-Ra breaks off Derek Hall's tackle attempt, making it 2nd and 2. Yeah, I'm thinking about last year because we clearly don't have Mike Jackson anymore, but we have Trey Flowers and Trey Brown. Bringing the man blitz up the middle. Play action. Porta. LaPorta beats Julian Love easily. Fights through a couple of tacklers. Could go down to the 3-yard line, and they are humming on offense. We need to go back into 3-4 and try to slow them down. I mean, they're already at the 3. Let's see. Can these veterans come in and produce a stop for us? Christian Patterson watching the slant underneath. The flat route gets taken down for a 1-yard gain. Marquise Blair does a great job on the play, stopping Mitchell. I'm hoping, because right now we got Kenya in, we got Robert Quinn in, we got Young and Brandon Graham in. And there's going to be a flag, hopefully for a false start. And it's going to be for a false start, which is huge. Want to continue to force them to pass the ball, even though they are fantastic at it. They're in single back with 3 tight ends on the field. Watching the slant by Amon-Ra, but it's a run up the middle. Can we stop Montgomery? We do just barely. He's running over our linebackers, but goes down at the 1, more like the half-yard line. Crossfire could work on this play. Trying to stop it. Christian Patterson gets pancaked, and instead Montgomery gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. We just cannot stop the run in any way, shape, or form in this game. I think the only run stopper we got that's great left is Kenya Porter with Draymond Jones out. And we are struggling on the interior of the defensive line. All right, well, it's tied again, but that's no big deal, bro. We just got to show them that Ken Walker can do the exact same thing as what they've been doing with David Montgomery, and he absolutely can. Great block. Oh, Ken Walker makes a miss and goes up to the 47. A fantastic first carry by Ken Walker. Charles Cross had an insane couple of blocks there on that play. Blocked 2 guys crucially off the edge. Ken Walker, 0 yards gained on that play. Still averaging 7, though. 7 per carry is pretty fantastic. We're going to hit the Lions with the play that they ran against us. We stuffed it up pretty quickly to their 3rd-string tight end on this flat route. See if we can beat them with their own play. Manhurts. Got more room. Almost picked up the first. It's going to be 3rd and 1. RPO. Let DK do it for us if he's there. And DK can't hold on to it. Almost got intercepted again. 4th and 1. We're going to go for it from the 44. Trying something a little unorthodox from the 4th and 1. This play is broken because Ken Walker is supposed to be behind the center. You guys see where he is. We're going to have to use a timeout. Wanted to try something unique, but did not work out. We're going to run to the left. We got Manhurts back at fullback instead of Cedric Beckham because Beckham has shown that he's not a great blocker. What are you going to expect for a wide receiver playing fullback? And Ken Walker can't fight through the contact, can't gain yards. Dan Arnold gets injured on the play. Yeah, we're coming back out in our regular nickel formation that has been successful for us. We're like 3 linebackers on the field with Trenton Simpson playing the nickel spot. Some of these other formations we have for nickel right now I don't actually love. Punching underneath. And deep middle. Jamison Williams makes Tariq miss again. And Williams is eating Tariq's lunch. Wasn't man coverage. And really wasn't his responsibility. But every single time he's had a chance to get a tackle on him, Williams has made a miss. Bringing a man blitz. And Devin Bush got pancaked again. This blocking by the Lions is insane right now. 12 carries, 150 yards, 2 TDs. We have shown no I don't know. We've just shown absolutely no ability to slow them down. Devin Bush gets in the backfield and trips David Montgomery for a loss. Devin Bush making the play himself after getting pancaked so blatantly on the previous play. Did a great job getting into the backfield for that tackle. Got trips here. Looks like it's going to be a pass. Got Mike Williams on the left side. We're watching it deep in. And Julian Love was there. We saw that coming all the way. Okay, we're coming out in cover 3. I really haven't found a great defense for our red zone goal line when they're at gun. And wide open Laporta. I found a soft spot in the zone, and Goff had all day to deliver a perfect pass. I mean, we had no pressure on him. We started off the drive before turning it over on downs so well with Ken Walker running the football. We're trying another stretch run to the left. Charles Cross with a great block, but is that Aiden Hutchinson? No, it wasn't. Is that Jack Campbell? No, it was Britton. I mean, single-handedly just blew up that play. If he doesn't tackle him there, then Ken Walker's taking it for 12 yards again. Last play of the quarter. Noah Fant beat his man one-on-one in man. That's Jack Campbell, I believe. And Noah Fant up to the 50-yard line. Yeah, this worked really well last week. We're going to try a read option with Ken Walker. See how the edge does. See what Aiden Hutchinson does. They're going to drop on it. Gino has plenty of room. Oh, my God. They're going to call holding, aren't they? Gino's going to slide down. And got 20 yards on that. Beat the edge. Oh, that's so brutal. Who's it going to be on? Noah Fant. I think Noah Fant was on the whole left side of the field in that play, so I don't even think he was involved. Maybe he was. We're going to be conservative after that. On 1st and 17, we're going to try an RPO. I expect Gooden to be open, as long as they can get a good block on it. Gooden gets a block from JSN, kind of. Picks up 5 anyways, before Campbell just throws him out of bounds. Gooden now up to 3 catches for 20 yards. Gooden should be wide open here. We're going to move JSN over to the right side, I believe. Let's see if that's what we want to do. Yeah, that doesn't affect the defense much. We're converting this into 4 verts. Gooden should be wide open. And he is. Gooden beats the safety. He's going to take it all the way. Gooden get that elite speed. Takes him a minute to get up there with that 91 Excel, but when he finally peaks, just runs past the whole defense. We knew that the seam was going to be open on that play, just the way that the defense was lined up, but I didn't think he'd be able to run past the safety like that. Yeah, you guys remember how important this game is, too. We're tied with 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. They're in I form. I definitely expect a run again. Julian Love trying to get over there. David Montgomery, again, making 2 guys miss. Now in single back. 2 tight ends down. Bringing a man blitz. Could see this being a pass. It's play action. We come through immediately with Derek Hall getting the sack. Derek Hall has been getting 1 sack every other game. 1 to 2 sacks. He's taunting Jared Goff. Now 3rd and 11. We're in man coverage, a little bit risky. I'm watching Laporta with Blair. We're watching the in. We're all over it. Nothing's open. Jared Goff's got nobody there. Can we get the pick? Oh, Christian Patterson dropped it. We could have started from the 30-yard line. It bounced off his face. Had a chance for a huge interception, but they're still going to end up punting it anyways. And was that Christian Patterson playing coverage on Jameson Williams? If that was, that is absurd coverage from him. Christian Patterson looks like he gets beat initially on the right side here and covers Patterson all the way. Should have had the pick, but an amazing play from the rookie nonetheless. Now, DK, he's got the 4 catches for 130 yards and the 1 touchdown. And, you know, we talked at the beginning of the game about how JSN, we were trying to get him 150 receiving yards. That's not going to happen, especially with how much time is left. But he did not get enough targets this game to get him to that point. I'm going to go and actually make this an inside zone. But that's okay. We really just were worried about getting the win. Ken Walker breaks 1 tackle before being brought down for a 4-yard gain. And Campbell, their starting middle linebacker, gets injured, holding his back, and now limping off the field. I mean, make up your mind, man. Expect Ken Walker to be open here. Instead, we're going to wait for Fant on the corner route. God. Oh, Fant almost caught it still. Those balls just float in the air forever from Gino. 3rd and 6, we're going to go conservative. I was looking at DK, thinking about it, but we're going to go with the halfback screen. And Walker should be able to pick up this first, make 1 man miss. He does. Can he fight for the first? It's going to be 4th and 1 from the 41. It's a bit risky to go for this here. We're going to punt it. Try to pin him deep and get another stop. I hate to say it. We've been pretty aggressive going for it this whole game, but I think that with this much time left, it's actually a perfect opportunity to try and get a stop and get one last possession. Jameson goes for the fair catch. We hit him, but no penalty, luckily. And David Montgomery, a masterclass performance. Probably his best performance maybe ever. 188 total combined yards, 2 touchdowns. Gotta see if we can slow him down. Did a great job last drive of getting them off the field quickly on defense. Can we do it again? Maybe another run to Montgomery on the counter. Brandon Graham making the tackle, stepping up, making a big play. Montgomery still averaging 10 yards per carry. Coming in to cover 3. We got Marquise Blair playing underneath. We're watching Laporte on the left side and Montgomery. It's going to be a slant instead to Amon-Ra, making it 3rd and 4. Jared Goff now up to almost 200 passing yards. Also, if you heard anything in the background, that was my dog. Watching the corner underneath. Laporte is brought down, making it 4th and 1. That's exactly what we needed. Christian Patterson, again, making that game-altering tackle along with Julian Love, I believe. And so on the return, time is running down because that was a completion. So I'm hoping that we will have the chance to score a walk-off field goal. We'll see. Deion Gooden on the return. And really poor blocking, but Gooden gets up to the 36-yard line. Geno having, I think, like 12 touchdowns and 1 pick combined in the last 3 games. Let's see if he can put this drive together. Try and play action immediately. This play tends to work for us. And in man coverage, JSN holds on to it one-on-one. He's got the linebacker on him. It doesn't matter. 1st and 10. Now down to 3 minutes. We're going to let this clock run out. We only got 70 rushing yards instead of 150. Try to add some more. I mean, it makes sense. 28 to 28. We're totally equal in total yardage. 6 seconds now. I'm going to run it. And Walker going up the middle through the A gap. Making up only 1 yard. We're going to run this one and take it to the 2-minute warning, of course. We're going to see how many yards we can pick up running this power play. And not great blocks, honestly. All right, we're going to take it to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 8, we got double nickel A-gap pressure. We got DK with one guy playing on the outside of him. So you have the blocks hold up, and Ken Walker's got all the room in the world to pick up that 1st down. And they have to use a timeout for an injury. They were going to use it anyways. And now we can start to burn clock. Again, we can't just kneel it. We have to pick up yards. Ken Walker getting the stiff arm. They get 2nd and 1. They're not using their timeouts even. It's kind of surprising. I think they might actually want us to score at this point. We're going to burn clock even more. Once we pick this last 1st down up, we are then going to kneel it. All right, here we go. Ken Walker on the carry. Cedric Beckham with a nice lead block. Ken Walker fighting up to the 6. And they do use a timeout. At this point, we can just kneel it, though. All right, here we go. 3 seconds remaining. We whittle it all the way down. This is for the 3-game win streak. And, oh my God, almost got close to missing it. But we do make it. Walk off, 3-game win streak, winning against the 7-4 Lions at home to get back to an even record. And a phenomenal performance across the board from the entire team, to be honest. The running game was fantastic. Later in the game, it started out not so great. The defense had several points where it played really well, especially in the passing game. The running game, it was getting killed for most of the game, but really stepped up in the 4th quarter. And then, yeah, our passing game was also really good. 3 touchdowns to 1 interception. Geno had a fantastic performance aside from the interception. Did he have a 2nd pick? He only had that 1. Geno, 15 for 24, 300 passing yards, 62% completion percentage, 12 yards per attempt. Ken Walker, 18 carries, 100 yards. I think that's 100 yards, 3 straight games. Obviously, Montgomery played really well. And then for receiving, DK Metcalf, 4 catches, 130 yards, 1 touchdown. Gooden, 4 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. And JSN, 3 catches for 40 yards and a TD. Noah Fant pitching in, and Ken Walker getting a catch, and Manhurts getting a catch. Defensively, leading in tackles was Marquise Blair, surprisingly. Leading in tackles for loss was Devin Bush. The 1 sack of the game coming from Derek Hall. Again, we do not generate pressure on this team. We'll see if that changes in the future. That is something that is a huge area of concern for us. Trenton Simpson getting a pick. Christian Patterson getting a pick. And Trenton Simpson started off the game with that pick 6. And Christian Patterson getting a huge interception as well. After the game, we have an upgrade for DK. So he's finally going to get to a 95 physical, which means he's going to get some ability. And I'm not actually sure. He's going to get an ability slot as well. So we're going to give him, what is it for the, let's see, outside apprentice, wide receiver apprentice. I'm trying to decide if I want to give him grab and go or if I want to give him bruiser. And I think I'm going to give him, I think bruiser is more interesting for his play type. We also have route apprentice, red zone threat, and deep out elite on him if you were interested. After the game, we're going to see that JSN did not get his 150 receiving yard goal. Did have a solid game, but I don't think that's going to affect anything too much. Yeah, I don't think he was going to give him a dev upgrade. He's already a superstar dev. I think he was maybe just going to increase his morale for a couple weeks. But hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We were really turning around this franchise this season. I mean, I was so disappointed in how we had performed. We were 4-6, or actually we were 3-6 actually. And then we've won our last 3 games on a 3-game streak. Next game is against the Eagles in week 14. And then it's the Niners, which is a huge game because that could be the opportunity to actually regain control of the NFC West. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace, you guys.